Alright, here's another item I wanted to share with you guys. It's a Coleman Model 275 lantern. It's got dual mantles. It's my father's. He's had this for years, and it's a really cool lantern. It's got the etching on the glass. It helps cut down on the glare. He installed this, which is not really working 100%. What's happening is, if any of you guys know, comment. What happens is the flint that's in here, the flint that's in here, the spring that pushes against the flint, once the flint wears down a certain amount, the spring no longer has enough pressure to push against it. I think the spring needs to be fixed or something, or it's making contact. The other thing is, I was thinking maybe it's possible that this part that wears against the wheel, that wears against the flint, maybe not 100%, but you'll get a spark out of it once in a while, but I can't get one right now. And what's happening also a little bit is this wheel is backing off a little bit, so if you go in here and tighten it a little bit, you'll get a couple sparks. So anyways, he installed it. It's an upgrade item. We don't really use that feature. The other thing is this is needs to be tightened, I think. And if this is not, see, it's not really turning right here, but yeah, now it's turning, and it's still not. I'm giving it like a quick little twist, and it's not working. So he's rarely used that since he's installed it, I guess. But it does work. I've seen it work, but recently it's not been working. But yeah, it's white gas, like regular Coleman fuel, and it holds a significant amount. You can run it all night, and I can pump it up and start it. Let me put this down right here. And I got some matches here. We'll just light it with the match. We just put new, oops, caught it. We just put new mantles on it. Okay. I don't think that this is lined up perfect, because right now it's not, well, it's kind of lined up, but right now it's putting out more than I would like, because it's going to soot up under there. But I back it off just a squash. And what it's doing is heating up. So once it's done burning off, we can put it to light and pump it up some more. Getting there. So these mantles have been on once already. This is their second running. You don't want to turn it when they still have fuel coming out that hasn't fully vaporized, because then it will cause a real big problem. You have a flood of fuel go in and it's not ready for. Alright, so now it's on. It's on all the way. This does not have an adjustable. It's either on or off. But now it's on. I'll put this down. Here, I'll just hold it. Pump this up. Give it a couple pumps. And it puts out a lot of light. It's obviously daylight right now. It'll run like this on a few pumps for, gosh, at least an hour or more before you'll notice the light needs to be, it needs to be pumped up some more. It's obviously pumped up I didn't pump it up too much because we used it the other day. So if you want to back this off and turn it to the off position, which I'll do in a minute, you'll see how this operates. It's kind of neat. It actually bleeds off the pressure that's inside this pipe, and it burns it off. But it's a really nice lantern. I mean, I remember this when I was a kid. My dad used to take it up deer hunting, and we take it up when we go camping. And you really have to know how to light them. If you don't, you'll have a problem. If it's still putting out flame versus a glow, and you put it to light, this will all engulf with fire, and it'll come out here black smoke, and it'll be a real problem. And it's not very fun. So, but yeah, this is the Model 275. And while I'm at it, I've got a couple others. This, I'm not going to light this one, but this one is my stepmom's. It's a Coleman dual mantle, but it runs on propane. This is the box for it. Electronic ignition. So when you turn this, it actually lights when it gets to the light position. So, and it's pretty nice. It runs on propane, so it's real convenient. This lantern is that lantern I was talking about. It has a base for it, but it's missing in action. So this is got the electric sparker up here, and when you put the spark on, like I said, when you go to light it, it'll come on. This needs to be tightened, but that's a nice one. And this lantern used to be my grandfather's before he passed away. It's got new mantles in it, dual, and I think they made this, I looked it up, I think it was around 99, somewhere around there. Seems about right. But this is adjustable, and I believe it sat for a while, so it needs to be cleaned out. There could be a spider web in there. It seems like it pulses, and it never really gets 100% bright. But so this one, I can light this one up. Let me put this down. It doesn't have a whole lot of fuel in it, so that could be also another issue I'm not familiar with, if you need enough fuel, because you'll have to pump it more to take up the same space, I guess. So let me get a match. This one's nice, it's more compact. Okay. Alright, see how it pulses a little bit. Right now it's on low. Okay, now it's on high. So I'm going to put some more air and more fuel pressure in there. It hasn't fully warmed up the generator, but this one may need to be taken apart and cleaned. You know, this one's really awesome the way it runs. It's just older than this one. Let's see. Okay, it's up all the way now. I'm going to really pump this one up. See if it does what I was talking about. This one doesn't have a whole lot of fuel in it. These are new mantles. I bought two sets. I installed one on that one and one on this. What's nice is this one is adjustable, but it doesn't seem even. I don't know. It doesn't put out as much light as I think it should. I don't really know. So that mantle does have a little hole in it. I don't know why. Something bumped into it. But these are something I've been messing around with. Just I use them out here at night if I want to come out. Now this lantern is one I bought. Now this is just something for ambiance. It's W.T. Kirkman, or I think there's, I don't know, the other name was Dietz. I don't know if they're the same people. But yeah, this is a cool lantern. It has lamp oil. It goes in here. It holds a lot. Here's the adjuster for the wick. Okay. If you're gonna get into these, just a suggestion: the wicks come pre-trimmed and they're ready to fly. But make sure when you, I unfortunately didn't wait. When I lit it, the lamp oil hadn't wicked up enough, and the corner of the wick started to burn or smolder. So what I did is I cut it and trimmed it a little bit, and it runs a lot better now because of that. But I like this one. See, look, this one's already not glowing anymore as much. Pump it up, gets it brighter. It's brighter. See it fluctuating? So comment if anybody's familiar with that. It could be there's just an obstruction and something's not working. It could be a valve issue with this. I'm really not sure. I don't really want to rip into it because I'm not familiar with it 100%. I've got some of the manuals I downloaded for some of these and the exploded diagrams, but yeah, it still works though. Okay, so now this lantern is, you push this down into this position. Okay, this just sits in here and twists in, so you can take it out and it will take out the wick assembly. This will come out. You take these down, and then you can actually lift this up when it's in the down position. This will just pop out, and then this will tilt out of the way so you can put it in easier. See, now look, it's already down again from what I pumped in. Something's obviously going on with it. And it seems more noticeable now than it was at night when I was first messing around with it. Alright, so let's light this one. This one obviously just light. Back it off. It puts out a weird pattern since I trimmed it, so obviously I didn't trim it 100%, but it's definitely a lot better than it was. So I'm actually going to turn this one off now. Now this one, when you turn this one off, you turn it all the way off, and now it comes back on, and it's taking off all that extra, bleeding off, I guess, some of the fuel that's inside, and then it will just turn off. And if you put these up too high, they smoke and put out a lot of soot. But something like that's adequate. You know, it puts out a little bit of light, nothing special. It's just I wanted to get one, and they look really cool. It's obviously all the westerns and stuff like that. They use these style. Somehow these fuel comes, I don't know exactly how it works, but fuel comes in and it shows like a pattern where how it burns. So apparently these are what they call a cold blast, and there's a hot blast, I think. So I gotta read up some more on them. So now that's off and this one's off. And to shut this one off, I just back this down let it go out, and I put it up a little bit. That's it. So these are all of my lanterns that I have. I got the 3 Coleman and then the Kirkman. So, and I've got this bad boy down here, 2-burner stove. I was in the process of stripping it down and cleaning it up and organizing it, all the parts and stuff, and I lost one of the pieces, the orifice that the valve goes in. So I can't buy it for this model from what I've seen. So what they suggest you do is get the whole assembly for like $16. So yeah, that's my Coleman fuel and my alcohol fuel, and then those 2 bottles up there. The small one is alcohol and the big one is Coleman fuel, and then I got an extra propane, and then that jug sitting next to it's more Coleman fuel, but it's been tainted. I accidentally put Coleman fuel in this. I don't know that you can use it, so I drained it out, but it had lamp oil mixed with it, probably ever so slightly, maybe a couple ounces. So I'm not sure if I can use it, but I mean, it's good for a little bit of I don't know, I'll figure something out with it. You can run it probably in one of maybe the stove or something, which it's full actually too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do a video on some of my knives. That'll be the next one. So alright.